And here we go.
The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, ACC football. We have got a lot of interest in ACC football right here in the Panhandle of Florida. Of course, everybody's FSU. Are they going to be back 2-10 last year? The talk now is all about Clemson. Everybody's predicting them to make the playoffs. Dabo's got his team back. Everybody's talking about Miami and SMU. Those are three teams that are getting a lot of the love. I'm telling you right now, you got to look out for Louisville. We've got their head football coach, Jeff Brohm, on right now. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm great, guys. How are you?
We are doing good. Thank you so much for coming on. We certainly appreciate it. I've been telling everybody all summer, watch out. Mark Ivey coached with me in Cape Coral High School. He coached the defensive line for us, and he's now on your staff. I think he does a great job. How is Mark doing, Coach?
Mark is outstanding. I tell you what, you couldn't get a better person. I mean, all the players love him. Really loves what he does, has passion about his job, gets along with everybody. He definitely knows, his roots down in Florida. I've been to his home down there in Florida, been out on his boat with him, and had a good time, but he's doing a great job, and we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, I know he was nervous when you first came on. I know he wanted to stay with you, and it worked out great. Hey, Coach, you're doing a great job. All the talk about Clemson, SMU, Miami, I keep saying watch out for Louisville. You beat Clemson. You beat them last year 33-21. You had SMU, you had Miami on the ropes. You're talking about a play here, a play there, and you beat all three of those football teams. What's Louisville look like 2025? What do you think about your chances this year in the ACC? And talk about your football team.
I like our football team. I think that, we came close a little bit last year and had a few chances here and there and made a few mistakes that cost us. But, we're going to learn from those, and I think we got a hungry football team. We do have some new players, without question, at a lot of positions, but that's how this college football cycle works now. But they've had a great spring, great summer. I know everybody's talking the same language, going to do this and that, but we're going to have good quarterback play. I think we got good receivers and two really good running backs, and I think our defense will be improved. So, being consistent every week will be the key, but I definitely think we have some really good players that are looking to go out there and prove themselves this year.
Where have you been? Your offense have been explosive. There's no doubt about that. Last year, you averaged almost 450 yards a game. I think you scored almost 36.5 points per game. Average 264 yards rushing, about 185 yards rushing.
What they have, about 9 wins last year?
Oh, they were good.
Yeah,
they were good.
Back to back.
Yeah. Talk about your offense. What about the quarterback play? Talk about the quarterback. What do you think about that? Your explosive receivers, who are they going to be? Give us a little rundown on the offense side of the ball.
Right. Well, we had a quarterback last year, Tyler Shuck, who kind of came in. No one kind of knew his name a whole lot, and was a high second-round pick of the Saints. Probably would start game one. This year we got Miller Moss, transfer from USC, that has played a lot of football. Unfortunately, the other team didn't win as much. He was the scapegoat, and now he's out to prove himself. He's got 1 year left to play, and he's had a great spring and summer, and I think he'll do great things. We've got some weapons on the outside. Chris Bell and Colin Lacey are back at receiver. They're both really talented players, and a couple good transfer additions in Trayshawn Hurry and Dakari Collins. At the running back position, we had two true freshmen last year, Isaac Brown and Duke Watson, that performed outstanding. I mean, they were as good as any freshman running back could be. They're back. I think they're really outstanding weapons that we have. Our tight end play is getting better, and he continue to improve. Their offensive line did a really good job. So, we like our team. We think we have a little bit of depth as well. You have to kind of get through the season, but we're excited to get out on the field and showcase what we're all about.
Now, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Your quarterback that's coming in, he's got a chip on his shoulder. You going to weaponize that? Because there's nothing more dangerous than a man with a chip on his shoulder.
Well, you're correct, and that's kind of what we've been able to do the last 3 years. Every time we've brought a veteran quarterback in, they've had 1 year left to play, and they got one chance to prove themselves. So normally when you get that, you get a guy that's really invested, wanting to do the extra work that it takes to be great. And from the time they've gotten here to January to now, putting in extra work with myself, our coaches, his teammates has definitely happened. I think he's definitely in a great position right now. And with quarterback play, we got to play good around him. If we can play good around him, I think he can perform outstanding.
And did he come in, what window did he come in at?
He came in the first window, and that's really, to me, the only window you should have. Unfortunately, there's two, but he came in the first, so he's been with us for, about six months now, and he's ready to go.
I want to talk about your running back. The Clemson game last year, as a true freshman, they had a hard time stopping him. How much improvements he made? I know he's been in the weight room now for a year. He's got to be bigger, stronger. Talk about him.
Well, what Isaac can do is he's just got a unique ability. He's just slithery, and he can make guys miss in the hole, and he's quick, and he gets through there fast. And I just think it's hard to teach that type of running skills and speed. He's not very big, but you know what? He's fearless, and he's hard to tackle. And I just think that you get the ball in his hands, you give him a little bit of space, he's going to make the one extra guy miss. And that's kind of what we tried to do. And you kind of have to, he's better when you spread the field, give him a little more room to run, because he can just kind of shake and bake really quick without you even noticing and go a long distance. And he proved that against some good teams. So, getting him back another year, we talked with him about, hey, you can't have a sophomore slump. You got to be working. And, he's had a few moments here and there, but I think he's back on track, and he knows what it's going to have to get done to be really good this year. And I think he's ready to go.
Coach, you've been in the Big Ten. Now you're in the ACC. And everybody's talking about the playoffs, the future of the playoffs, where it's headed, how many teams are going to get automatic bids, the SEC not agreeing with the Big Ten. Again, you've seen those teams in the Big Ten. Where are you at for the college playoffs? Do you want it to be 5? Do you want to go to 16 games, 5, 11? What's your formula? What do you want to see happen in the future as far as the playoffs are concerned?
Well, I'm a sports fan in general, not just football, for all sports. So when I talk, I'm not going to have a bias towards one conference. To me, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of to have automatic qualifiers. That doesn't happen in any sport. It needs to be the 5 conference champions, all right, and then the next 11 best teams, wherever they're ranked, no matter what conference they come from, whether it's one conference has them all or one doesn't have any. That's the way it should work. And I think every year you're going to get a couple of new teams in there. It's going to be exciting for a lot of teams around the country that think they have a chance for as long as they can, but there's no reason to have automatic qualifiers. Let's have a true conference champion. Hey, you win that game, you advance, and then the next best 11. With that said, these people that talk about we'll have a conference play-in game or 3 play 6 and blah, blah, blah. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. It's talked about in the Big Ten when I was there during the COVID year. Who in their right mind who's ranked who's third, who's going to probably go to the playoff, want to play a play-in game, have a chance to lose? So it's just silly talk to me. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I think, the March Madness is so great because, everybody has a chance. Everybody goes in there with an even slate. I look way back, and people don't know this probably, but, back when John Wooden was winning a lot of championships at UCLA in basketball, it was a smaller March Madness. It's 16 teams only count. And then all of a sudden they expanded that thing, and guess what? UCLA didn't start to win it as much. Right. So I just think it's silly to do that and to try to figure out how many teams go where. Hey, just the conference champions and the next best 11. And with that, if you think you're such a great conference, you may have all the next best 11 in there. So why wouldn't you want that?
Hey, I agree with you 100%. I agree with that too. That's perfect.
He's the Socrates of college football over here. That's a great philosophy to go by.
I love it. Hey, I want to get into your schedule. Again, all the love right now is Clemson, Miami, and some people talking about SMU. Well, you play all 3 of them. You're at Miami. You get Clemson at home. You beat Clemson last year. You're at SMU. You could have won all 3 of those games last year. Or play here or play there. I think a lot of people talking more about Louisville. But this year's team, what do you feel like? Can you compete for the ACC championship?
Well, I think so. I think as we analyzed our season last year, converting short yardage situations on offense, we need to be better there. We gave us too many big plays in the passing game on defense. We figured out a way to get better in those areas. We're going to have a chance, and I think we got the weapons to do it. We made a few silly penalties at the end of some games that cost us. So there's some things that if you concentrate on getting better at and fixing, that should carry over. And we feel confident that we can play with anybody, especially when we're playing well. We played a solid game against Clemson, and the game really wasn't even that close. but they didn't play as well. So you just got to be solid week in and week out. You got to be consistent. You got to try to stay as healthy as you can. And if you have a few things happen, you got to have backups that are just as good, if not better, to be able to step in there and play. So that's the important part of having depth, building depth, but playing clean, smart football.
Because I got to tell you this, I played against you guys back in the 70s. We were at Southern Mississippi, and we used to go up there and play on a baseball field. And now I see the facilities at Louisville and how big it's become. I couldn't have believed. If you told me that back in the 70s that Louisville would be where it is today, I'd have laughed at that. It used to be a baseball field. And now, look at the stadium, it's unreal.
Well, I played in that same baseball field when I was here, so yes, that's what it was. But you know what? Our stadium now is as good as anybody in the country. I mean, it's an NFL stadium, all chairback seats, around 68,000 people. You know, we played in the ACC championship 2 years ago. Nothing against the stadium in Charlotte, but our stadium's nicer than that. And that's where the Carolina Panthers play. And I know they're going to renovate the stadium, and then from there, we'll take it from there. But we got a beautiful stadium. 3 full practice fields, an indoor stadium. We got a basketball arena that's the biggest arena in the country, NBA and college. We got Churchill Downs right behind us, sitting around there. That brings in about 150 plus for the Derby. This is a great sports town with no pro sports team. So Louisville basketball, Louisville football, horse racing, that's what it's at.
Great for recruiting.
Oh, man. Coach, I'm going to tell you,
right next to the airport, and people who want to fly in and out, and you don't got to travel far. We're right there next to it.
Coach, I tell you what, we certainly appreciate you. I know you're busy. Thank you so much for coming on. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, and if we can ever help you, let us know. Yeah, come down and Panhandle.
We got some weapons down here, Coach.
Oh, yeah, we come down there quite a bit. You sure do.
All right, buddy. Thanks, Coach.
Right, thank you.
Thanks,
okay,
Coach.
bye-bye.
Jeff Brohm, man, what a guy. Good guy.
Good interview. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
I love what he said about playoffs.
Oh, 100%.
You like that?
I'm surprised that Mr. SEC said you can't have 5 in the SEC.